long time you don't see me, right? Because I'm busy. I want to know me I good boy.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I will be installing a few parts I need to get the car ready to tune on the 14th with Hobby. So I will be upgrading the fuel pump, upgrading the injectors, changing my blow-off valve because it's eBay. I got a better one. What else? Fuel pump relay, a couple vacuum hoses, boost controller, map sensor, and like some wiring, some little knickknacks like that. But update on the EM1. I didn't record this because, to be honest, when I'm recording, I work a lot slower, and I don't like that when I'm not recording because I use my phone, so I can't play music. I'm using my phone, and music make everything go smooth. You know, you just get into a zone, you just start doing your own thing. And I put the motor in like 15 minutes. So I'll show you guys that right now. So yeah, the original plan with this car was to have David paint it, you know, make it look back OEM and all that stuff. But unfortunately, my brother's in a better place right now. So I just went ahead and just put the motor in this morning. I just caught the gearbox mount and the motor side mount. And later on during the week, I'll wire it up and all that good stuff. Get the radiator and the fuel and all axles and whatnot situated. Change the valve cover. I ain't even like paint the gearbox or the motor, clean it. I don't even care anymore, you know what I mean? Just want to get it driving, and I'm gonna just daily it. But that's that for that side. So y'all ain't really gonna see too much content on this anymore because I mean the plans that I had for it just went all the way because of the situation. So I'm just leave it the way it is. But on to this stuff over here. First and first, we have the full race tile teal blow-off valve. The one on the car right now is currently eBay. That was the one part that wasn't full race, so I went ahead and reached out to him and got a full race one. You got some wire loom here. You got some butt connectors and heat shrink stuff to connect the relay to the power source. Got some nylon hose. You got some push fittings, push lock fittings. You got the WALBRO 525 Hellcat pump from Tri-State Motorsports. This is the biggest in-tank fuel pump I believe you can buy, which is the 525. It came with like this little kit, or not little universal kit, but I won't be using the fuel filter in this one because of the way how it looks. I went ahead and I got the OEM. I don't know if it's OEM or not, but the way how it's supposed to look, like that. Fuel filter. I got my soldering iron here. You got the Hondata 4-port boost controller. We're gonna be wiring that up. We got the 4-bar focus. Got the 4-bar map sensor to go past 10 pounds. Got a whole bunch of wires and stuff. And we got the AUS Injection 2200cc injectors. I currently have the 1000s in my vehicle now. No hiccups, fuel always there, no broken seals, E85, all that stuff. So I went ahead and upgraded to the 2200s. You know, lean is mean, so the more fuel, the better. So I'm gonna take out my 1000s, put the 2200s in. If you guys are looking for injectors, I have a discount code for you guys. I'll leave it here on the bottom of the screen. Save you 15%. These are really good. Like I said, I got the 1000s in my car now. These are the 1000 cc's. They go up to 1600s on the website, but if you reach out to them, they can make them in 22. So we're gonna be taking these out today. We're gonna be pulling out the back seats to access the fuel pump. My battery is in the trunk, so I can simply just run the wires underneath the back of the seat to the battery for the relay. We're gonna see how I'm going to mount the boost controller. We're gonna be changing the blow-off valve. You see, it's just a black eBay one. So that's gonna be changed out. Run the wires for the boost controller to the ECU. We're gonna wire that up. And shit. That's all I got left. Oh, the nylon hoses for the boost controller. And yeah, so let's start taking off the back seat and do the fuel pump first. I mean, I don't know if I really should go through this. Y'all probably hearing the washer in the background, but I don't think I should record how to take out y'all back seats. But if y'all don't know how to take off your back seat, there's a 10 in between the seats, and then you just lift it forward and like little hooks, you know. That's it. So I'm gonna take off the back seat. All right, so once you got the back seat off, you got your cover here, or maybe you don't even have back seats, but you just remove the cover. All right, so once the cover is off, this is your fuel tank. These 10s are what hold it in. First off, I'm gonna pull the feed and the return and unplug the power. Just disconnect your battery before you start fucking around with this shit, you heard me? Pull off the return. All right, got that one off. Let's unplug it. Just pull back a little rubber piece. There you go, that's unplugged. Careful with this because there is like a washer. There's two, one on top and one at the bottom. Nah, all you left with, mommy. Just make sure you put those back on there. Grab your 10. Your car is gonna smell like gas for a little minute. All right, once you have all those off, you simply just lift it up. But remember, the fuel filter I was showing you is at an angle like this, I believe. You're gonna have to maneuver that son bitch out. You gotta turn it a certain way. Hold it there for a little bit so any gas that's in the strainer will drain out. All right, so let's take this out and bring it to the table and we'll start swapping everything over. All right, so once you got your fuel assembly out, you're gonna take off whatever you got on there. You're gonna have to remove these two clamps so you can get it out. Unplug it from here. Like so, get you like a nice needle nose so you can reach up in there and take that out. If it's being a bitch to get off, just get a flathead and just pry off the hole like so. And there you go. The old fuel pump is out. 255. I might sell this bitch. All right, just a quick comparison of the 255 versus the 525. Yeah. So I got the whole wiring diagram on how I should do this, and JB has this fitting right here. All right. So what this does is, when you get the kit, you plug it into the fuel pump. You know, you mount the fuel pump or whatnot. You plug in this into the fuel pump, and then you push these wires through. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna break this piece off, and I'm gonna drill a hole so I can mount this there, and the wires will go through, and it has a nylon ring there to seal it for any type of leaks. So I'm not gonna use this little wire because this does draw a lot more amperage than the OEM harness would, and prevention is better than cure. So I'd rather have a peace of mind to know that everything is the right gauge wire and it won't get hot, melt, and cause a fire, this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna start by breaking this piece off and getting all this old stuff out of here, and I'm gonna drill. All right, so once you have that drilled out, it leaves a hole right there. So what we're gonna do is get the step bit. I'm gonna make that hole big enough to fit this right there. All right. All right, so once you have your hole drill, simply just pop that in there, put the lock nut on, and push your wires through. As you tighten it, the wires get snug. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so after looking at it, I had to shave, I had to make a little slice there, bend that piece back so the locking nut could turn in that little spot right there. All right, so you see how I ran the wires here, up through the hole right there, and out. So the fan's probably loud, but I got the fuel pump mounted. I used back my original hose because the nylon hose they sent, nah, bruh. It was all kinked up, and I didn't think it should look like that. But got those screws, zip tied on. Remember, use your OEM filter or get a new one. Do not use this because it's straight. So when it's sitting in the baffle, it's gonna suck up air and your shit gonna fuck up. So use the OEM one.
Damn, bro, you got a real right-hand drive car running fuel pump. Right-hand drive too, bitch. Damn, what if I could run that pump on my shit and I ain't gotta do shit?
All right, so once you got your fuel pump back in, pull back your 10mm. All right, so you can go ahead and install back your return. And then you can install back your feed. Remember I said there was two light rings, so make sure you put the one on the bottom, and then make sure you have one on top. All right, so here's what I did off camera. I used my soldering iron and I soldered these because it was too short. So power and ground, and I pushed them through the OEM cover out here, and now I can attach the relay. All right, so I just did the fuel pump power. I got some solder on there. No, it ain't the cleanest, but it'll work. Did the same thing for the trigger wire on the relay. Goes back to the chassis harness. I'll leave a whole like 87, 85 thing on the screen.
Hey y'all, Fred the GOAT.
Whatever. So I'm just heat shrink this, and then the last thing left is power and ground. All right, so here's what I got. I got the relay here. Probably gonna make like a little hole and mount it like that. I got the grounds. Give y'all some light. Got the grounds right there. Make sure you guys clean off the surface. That got to be like raw metal. All right. So you got. You see how you can see that I sanded it off right there. But yeah. Shit. Damn, let me zoom out. I'm not gonna be using this ground. As you see, I got the fuel pump and the relay going to the chassis. I got the power going to the relay, and then the power running underneath the seat directly to the battery off of a terminal with a inline fuse, 30 amp, or no, actually 25. So let's just crank it up. Well, first let's see if it works. All right, let's see if she cranks. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. But yeah, 525 Hellcat pump is installed. Turn this off before I kill myself with carbon dioxide.
All right, so it's day 2. It's nice and sunny, man. Look at that. Wind is blowing. Good day today. So on to the next project is injectors. So I'm gonna pop out these 1000s. Just pull these 2. I have my fuel being center feed, so I can just lift it up. I'm gonna put like a rag. I know there's gonna be gas in the line, but let's get these out. These are my old 1000s. They've been on the car from the car being case swapped on E85. No problems at all. So make sure if you guys looking for some injectors that's gonna hold up to what you need it to hold up to, check in the AUS, man. Solid shit. All right, so with these new injectors, since they are 2200s, they don't use the EV6, I believe, plug that my engine harness is. So the guys at AUS, they sell it with the little pigtails. So I think these are a Denso plugs or something like that. So you simply just plug it in, and then this will plug into your EV6 or whatever option you have on your harness. They make the pigtails too. So if it's regular OBD1 or OBD2 or EV1, EV6, Denso, the pigtails, they have them. All right, so the new injectors are installed, and see, all I did was just push down. So all I did was just pull down the pigtails. I'll probably zip tie it up later on, but get it out the way, still give it that clean tuck look. So Let's turn it over. Well, let's prime it first and see if we have any leaks. Looks good. I doubt this is gonna start though. On a big ass injector. That hobby tool, man. All right, well that wraps it up for the fuel upgrade. Did the injectors, did the fuel pump, and relay. So what we have left is the blow-off valve, the boost controller, and the map sensor. Real easy stuff. All right, so I went ahead and installed the new blow-off valve off camera. My fault. I wanted to listen to music. So there is a brown O-ring that sits on the, whatever that shit's called, on the flange. That sits on the flange right here. You gotta make sure that doesn't get cut or pinch or nothing like that. And taking off this one, I noticed that I didn't even have an O-ring there, so it was a good thing I changed it. My vacuum went up to like 24 now after doing that. Last thing left is the boost controller. I'm waiting on this race quip thing. It's like a mounting bracket, so I can see where I'm gonna mount it first before I really start messing with all this stuff. But I mean, it's pretty simple. I already have all the fittings and stuff, so once that gets here, which is today, hopefully I can close this video out. Oh, and Javi did send me a map, and we cranked it up, and it was running like dumb rich. But then I remember I didn't change the map sensor, so I took out an old OEM one and I installed hondata 4-bar. After that, she was Gucci. So this is very simple. Just follow the instructions. Pretty much take everything out. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use Teflon, but I mean, it is a bit. I'm gonna use Teflon. So if I fuck up, I fucks up. All right, so that's how I have it set up. And I'm just gonna find a good spot to mount it and run the hoses. Exactly like this. So these two are going to go to the wastegate, and this one is gonna go to the turbo. Real simple. All right, so I did some more off-camera work. I put some heat shrink there, put on the wire loom, extended the 2 wires because they stopped about right here. I put some more wire in it. This should be way more than enough, and I can always cut. But the last piece finally arrived. I know you guys probably seen this on Instagram. It's like a little bracket that you can put the solenoid in and attach it, and it'll hold it up. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it right. Let's see if y'all can see. Right here. Probably use that existing hole right there and mount it. Take my measurements for the nylon hoses, run the wire along the side of the chassis leg and into that right there. So back off camera. All right, so finally got done fighting with mounting the solenoid right there and trying to catch the nut behind it. Pause. But got that running to the side vent, and the other two run to the top of the wastegate and the bottom of the wastegate. You really can't see the bottom one, but that's all done. I ran the wire along the side, zip tied it through the mount bracket into the hole right there. But then after trying to wire it up, grab my light. After trying to wire it up, I noticed that there's no damn, I can't even get y'all good. Anyways, on the B plug, there's no wire in the B21, which these two wires, or one of them, run to. So if you are doing this, one wire go to a fuse, 10 amp fuse that turns on when you turn the ignition on. It gives you 12 volts, and the other one goes to the B21 on the ECU plug, which I don't have. So I hit the homie up. While aware, he's gonna send me out a pin with a pigtail attached that I can just push into the plug and then attach the wire, and I'll be good to go. Else from that wraps it up for this video. We did fuel pump relay, injectors, blow off valve, map sensor, goddamn hoses, push on fittings, boosts. Bro, I'm tired. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in. If you watch this hour-long video, leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Head over down below to all the links. I got discount codes, the merch website, my Instagram, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all cop some merch. Thank you. Live your life. Tomorrow's never promised, and I'll catch y'all on Dyno Day. Peace.